Gladiator Beasts are one of, if not the oldest archetypes in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! They originally released in 2007 and dominated the game for many years after. They're one of my favorite archetypes of all time, and with new support they've received over the years, can be built in Master Duel using modern sensibility. In this video, we're going to take a look at my build for Gladiator Beasts in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, guide you through a combo line, take it into the rank ladder, and see how it performs. By the way, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe for more awesome content. Let's get into the deck profile. What's up, Duels? I'm Smashton or SmashtonYGO, and this is Gladiator Beast in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Now, I want to say up front that this is going to be a pure build that we're looking at today. I think it's the most fun to play. There is another build that you can do that's called Tri-Brigade Gladiator Beast, or Glad Brigade, or Tri-Beast. I don't know, however you want to say it. Either way, that is a build that you can do with Tri-Brigade mixed with Gladiator Beasts, but it usually tends to play more Tri-Brigades than it does actual Gladiator Beasts, so kind of just feels like Tri-Brigade but worse. So I opted to build this pure form. If you want to see the Tri-Brigade Gladiator Beast version, make sure you comment down below and let me know, and that'll determine if you get a video on that build. For now, let's go ahead and take a quick look at this version of the deck, tell you a little bit how it works, and I'll show you a combo line in just a minute. We're going to start with, obviously, we have to get our staples out of the way, right? We have 3 Maxi because it's kind of necessary at this point, 3 Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring because it's going to counter the Maxi that you're obviously going to run into. We're also running 3 Lightning Storm because it is a going second build, so we are going to be using Lightning Storm quite a lot. 2 Called by the Grave for the aforementioned hand traps that we're waiting on, and 1 Crossout Designator to stop a Maxi, an Ash, whatever we may need to stop. We're playing 3 Infinite Impermanence because it is an amazing trap going first or second, and 1 Harpy's Feather Duster because of those pesky back row deck. Now, getting into how the deck actually works, we are playing 3 Gladiator Beast Andal, the most amazing card in this deck because it is a 1900 normal monster. No, actually, this card is in the deck because we're specifically trying to summon it off of either the 3 Rescue Rabbits that we have in our deck, or off of an Unexpected Die. Both of these cards allowing you to get your normal monster, aka your Gladiator Beast Andal, from your deck onto the field special summoned. It's going to be really important for us to get into our Link monsters that we're going to go over in just a minute. Next, we're playing 3 Test Tiger because it's a free special summon if you have a Gladiator Beast face up on the field, and can even tribute itself to shuffle back a Gladiator Beast on your field to get another one, which, if you didn't know, Gladiator Beasts need to be summoned by that method of shuffling one back to special summon another in order to get their secondary beneficiary effects. So Tiger not only acts as more material and a free special summon, but can also get you that Gladiator Beast effect in a pinch. For the Gladiator Beasts themselves, we are running 1 Bestiari, 1 Darius, 1 Ekest, 1 Autorix, 2 Vespasius, and 2 Augustus. Each kind of has its own role to play. Bestiari is both a back row pop, and it also is really good material for our Geyserus in the extra deck. Darius can Monster Reborn a Gladiator Beast monster in the graveyard, and that's going to be really important. We're going to use Darius in our main combo. Ekest can allow us to get a Gladiator Beast, any card, from our graveyard back to our hand, and that's going to be really good for us to loop Gladiator Beast comeback. Autorix is awesome because it's going to be able to send a Gladiator Beast card to the graveyard, and so it's going to get the level of that card. So often we're going to be sending a high level Gladiator Beast monster, make this thing a higher level than 4, 5 or higher, and we're going to use it for one of our monsters here in the extra deck. Vespasius is nice because it is a free special summon if you get to the damage step with a Gladiator Beast monster, and it can buff all your Gladiator Beast monsters. But in reality, its main purpose here is to be a higher level, a level 7, along with being able to be material for our big boss monster. And then lastly, Gladiator Beast Augustus is an amazing card because if it's special summoned with the effect of a Gladiator Beast monster, you can special summon a Gladiator Beast monster from your hand in defense position, but shuffle it back during the end phase. Not going to be a problem because we're going to want to use that monster as either fusion material or link material, whatever we need in that moment. Augustus is one of the best Gladiator Beast cards that we have. Lastly, we are playing Gladiator Beast Comeback, and we're going to be looping this card because what you'll notice is if you read it, it says special summon 1 Gladiator Beast monster from your hand or graveyard with a different type from the monsters you control, and it cannot be destroyed by battle. It does not say it's once per turn. We're going to be looping this card to try to gain as much advantage as we can. And lastly, we have the continuous spell Gladiator Rejection. Your opponent can't target Gladiator Beast monsters you control with card effects except during the battle phase. That's nice, but most importantly, if a Gladiator Beast monster is special summoned from your main deck, you can special summon a Gladiator Beast monster from your deck with a different type for the monsters you control, getting us more advantage onto the board. And lastly, the all-important extra deck. We're going to start with Gladiator Beast Esadari. Very, very basic Gladiator Beast card here. It's not going to come up all that often, but it is a nice card that only requires 2 Gladiator Beast monsters to be able to use. It's a level 5, and our best Gladiator Beast monster needs level 5 or higher Gladiator Beasts in order to summon. So that's kind of the purpose of Esadari. Next, we have Geyserus. It was good back in the day, and it's good now. It's special summon onto the field. You can target up to 2 cards on the field, destroy them. 2 pops is still just as powerful now as it was back in the day, so it's a great option to have. We next have Gladiator Beast Heraclinos. We're going to be cheating this guy out because we don't run Liquori, but that's okay because we're not going to be using Liquori to get him out. We're going to be using a different card we'll talk about in just a minute. This guy is essentially a non-once per turn discard a card to negate a spell and trap. So as long as you have cards in your hand, and with Max C that's pretty easy to do, you're going to be able to negate any spell and trap your opponent uses. Next up, we have Gladiator Beast Domitianus. He is going to be one of our main boss monsters that 6 steps on board because he is a quick effect negate and destroy. Amazing. I mean, obviously, that's just a really good card to have. It's going to be part of our end board. And then most importantly for our Gladiator Beast fusions is Gladiator Beast Tamer Editor. It requires 2 level 5 or higher Gladiator Beast monsters, which is why that's so important in this deck to make sure you have 2 level 5 or higher Gladiator Beast monsters on the field at any point in time. When it is onto the field, it can use the effect that once per turn, you can special summon 1 Gladiator Beast fusion monster from your extra deck, except itself, ignoring its summoning conditions. You'll notice it does not go away at any time, so that's how we're going to cheat out a lot of our big boss monsters from the deck, and that is a soft once per turn. So if we get Tamer Editor off of the field and get him back onto the field, he's going to be able to do it again. Next up, we have Abyss Roller because we do play some level 4s, and sometimes we need to go into a level 4, and he's pretty good right now. We play a Link Spider because we can link off one of our Andals into a Link Spider and then special summon another Andal, so it kind of just works with the deck. We play one Dragazes, who's really, really important. You need to make him on your second turn so that you can go to the battle phase, and he can summon actually 2 Gladiator Beast monsters instead of just the typical 1 that most Gladiator Beast monsters can do. You're going to go to the battle phase, you're going to hit, you're going to attempt to go to main phase 2, and the battle phase, he's going to shuffle himself back to the extra deck, and you're going to get 2 guys out, give you advantage. Next, we have Test Panther. Test Panther is probably the best Link monster in the deck by far. When he's Link summoned, you can add any Gladiator Beast card from your deck to your hand. Most of the time, that is going to be your Gladiator Beast comeback. And then on top of that, he can also shuffle back any Gladiator Beast on the field into the deck to get another one. So he helps you get advantage that way. Next, we have Cross Sheep because it comes up in the combo sometimes. Appaloosa, who we're going to hope to try to make on the board as our end board. And then Axis Go Talker because Link Climbing's not that hard to do in this deck and he can close out a game. All right, I'm going to show you a quick combo, our sort of bread and butter combo in this deck, and then we'll get into the duels right after that. All right, so as you can see here, we are going second here because most of the time we're going to want to go second for this deck with our Lightning Storms in here, our Imperms, and all that kind of good stuff. We really want our battle phase for this deck, and this hand is actually a perfect example to show you guys the combo. So what we're going to start out here is we either want to see Rescue Rabbit or we want to see a Gladiator Beast monster name that we can normal summon with a unexpected die. Either way, the result's the same. In this scenario, we are going to start with our classic normal summon of Rescue Rabbit. We're going to use its effect. It's going to banish itself, and we're going to get both of our Gladiator Beast Andals from the deck onto the field. We're then going to Link Summon into our Gladiator Beast Dragazes, and then right there, we're going to just end it right there. We're going to go straight to the battle phase. They're going to flip up their crazy stuff. It doesn't really matter for us. Whatever your opponent does here, we're just going to attack in. We need a Dragazes attack to connect. We're not going to use Vespasius for the purposes of this example because we just want to show off how powerful Dragazes is. So if your attack connects and Dragazes stays around, we're going to go to the end of the battle phase and we're going to activate its effect. That's going to let us get 2 Gladiator Beast monsters from our deck onto the field. Now, what's really important here is in Master Duel specifically, you're going to want to select a Torix first and then Darius second. A Torix needs to come out onto the field first so that its chain triggers first and Darius triggers second. What a Torix allows us to do is send Augustus for cost to make a Torix a level 8, and then Darius can now activate it on top of it, seize the Augustus in the graveyard, and special summons it out onto the field, so we get to immediately get that card we just discarded for cost. I'm going to special summon it out. A Torix is going to become level 8. Augustus does miss the timing, but that's okay because he was getting negated anyway. And then with this in mind, we are going to immediately go ahead and summon with our Augustus and our Torix into our Gladiator Beast Tamer Editor. We're going to use its effect, and we're going to special summon out Domitianus, our big boss monster. Excellent stuff here. Now, we still have one thing left to do. We're going to link off our Darius and our Tamer Editor. We're going to go into our Test Panther. On link summon, Test Panther is going to allow us to go ahead and get our Gladiator Beast Comeback, the best spell in our deck. Gladiator Beast Comeback we're going to use, and we're going to get that Tamer Editor right back onto the field. We're going to use Tamer Editor's effect once more because, again, soft once per turn. And we're going to get a second Domitianus. Powerful stuff right there. Powerful stuff. All right, now what we're actually going to use, since we already have this Domitianus on the field, we can have 2. The negate isn't once per card like it is for Baron. But what we're going to do is we're going to use Test Panther and actually go ahead and put the Dom back, because we really need a Kest to come out onto the field. The Kest is going to trigger to allow us to get our Gladiator Beast Comeback back into our hand. And then we're going to link off our Test Panther and our Tamer Editor and go into a cross sheet. This is just going to give us more advantage, because then we're going to go ahead and Gladiator Beast Comeback. We're going to get our Tamer Editor one more time. Summon it onto a zone cross sheet points to. Cross sheet will trigger and allow us to special summon one of our Gladiator Beast monsters from our graveyard to give us even more advantage. Doesn't super matter what we pick here, so we're just going to go ahead and pick Darius here. Doesn't really matter all that much. We're going to go Tamer Editor's effect. We're going to go into a Heraclinos so we can have that nice spell and trap negate. And now what you're going to notice is we have just enough on our field to where we can actually make Appaloosa using cross sheet as one material, then Kest, then our Darius, and then our Tamer Editor again. And now we have an Appaloosa Bow of the Goddess. So now we have an exorbitant amount of monster negates, plus an infinite amount of spell and trap negates as long as we have all these cards in our hand, which at this point is 5. Could get up to as many as we want if Max C were to go through. This is basically the full board. If we had an imperm, that would even more insulate what we have here. It's kind of unbeatable if you can get it this far. This is kind of what you're looking for your board to look like. Let's go ahead and see how this performs in an actual duel with live players. All right, and we are going second here. We had the opportunity to choose, and we chose to go second, and we see the Dino Rabbit, or not Dino Rabbit. We see the Rescue Rabbit, we see the Lightning Storm, we see Imperm. We're feeling pretty good about this hand. Does look like they're playing Marincess, though, which is going to put a little bit of snag into things, but we'll see how we can perform. You're going to go ahead and link that up into your Blue Slug. That's fine, that's fine. We're not going to worry about that very much for us. We're okay them getting Mandarin back. I'm not that worried about it. Going to set 1. Set 2. 3. Oh man, this Lightning Storm's about to go crazy. Nope, we'll save the Imperm. We're gonna go ahead and draw a card. Oh man, Comeback being in your hand is like awesome. It's just amazing. We're gonna go ahead and Lightning Storm first. That back row's gotta go. It's gotta go. That back row's gotta go. Ooh, Galaxy Cyclone and 2 Marincess Waves. That's insane. So we know they have Mandarin in their hand. Their odds of their other card being anything good, kind of low. So I'm actually just going to go ahead and Rescue Rabbit right off the top. Rescue Rabbit, gonna grab our 2 cards. They do have the Ash. That was the last card. That is unfortunate. That's gonna be sort of... that complicates things a little bit. That complicates things a little bit. But that's honestly perfectly okay. We can still play because we do have Gladiator Beasts come back. And that's going to let us go ahead and summon the Darius. And then we're just going to have to go battle here. We don't have very many plays past this. We'll go battle, but then in damage step, we're going to get our Vespasius out. 700. We're going to go ahead and 28 here. Then we're going to go to our main phase 2. We are going to have to activate our Darius here. We're going to put him back. And in this scenario, we're going to get a Torix. Because we do need to still build a board. A Torix is going to activate. We're going to send our Augustus. Now, we could activate the Spacies here, but there's not a whole lot of reason to do that. So instead, we're just going to hard go into our Tamer editor. You see, in this example, using Rescue Rabbit was powerful, but because they did have the Ash, that Gladiator Beast comeback being our draw return really saved this turn. So Tamer Editor, we're going to activate. We're going to bring out our big boss monster. Feels powerful. And then with that, we don't really want to... I'm not really into linking it off here. I feel pretty safe, knowing that they only have a Mandarin in their hand, and that's kind of it. So we're just going to pass the turn on it, and I think we'll be fine. They're just going in phase. It's over. It's over. Druid Andal for turn. Not the best, but that's okay. So let's do something crazy. We're going to go Tamer Editor here. We're going to get out a Heraclinos. We're going to... Honestly, we don't really need to do more. We could normal the Andal, link the Tamer Editor and Andal into a Test Panther, get another comeback, bring the Tamer Editor back, and keep playing that way. But it's probably better if we don't, so that we don't run into a random Nibiru. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go to battle. Granted, Nibiru would get stopped by Dom, so that's not really a big deal, but this person's pretty much done for anyway. We're just going to go ahead and swing in, and that's the duel. All right, I have the opportunity to go second again. This hand is still workable, but definitely weaker than our last hand. And they're playing Pearly, as evidenced by their mate here. So this might be tough. I'm going to tell you. This might be tough. We don't have a lot of answers to this right now. So unfortunately, they're going to be able to just pop off here. Triple Sleeping Memory. So they're going to get Sleeping Memory no matter what. Yep, and there they go. They're going to go ahead and special summon. I assume they're going to go for Perlily? No, they're just going to go for Purely here. Pearly, whatever its name is. Ghost Trick Shot Bonfire. And they hit the Pretty Memory at the end. Interesting. Ghost Trick Shot and Bonfire in a Pearly deck. I guess they're running a little bit of a Snake Eyes package. Not going to be surprised by it. Just going to go ahead and get Stray Pearly Street. Not a lot we can do right now because we didn't open a hand trap. It happens. And again, since we're electing to go second here, kind of one of the weaknesses of the deck is that going second means that if you don't open a hand trap or can't really do anything, your opponent's going to be able to pop off and make whatever they need. So you're really relying on opening like a Lightning Storm or something. Thankfully, we did. However, depending on what their board ends up being here, it might not be enough. We'll have to see. They're going to Ghost Trick Dullahan. Interesting. Gonna XZ over it for a Angel of Mischief. Gonna get that Ghost Trick card that we saw earlier, I presume. Yep, Ghost Trick shot. They'll let him back out. Okay. I haven't seen this before. Is this like a typical thing that happens? Is people play purely in Ghost Trick, or is this like kind of a special build? I'm not sure. You guys are gonna have to tell me. Okay, got another Ghost Trick shot back in their hand from their graveyard. Then I guess they're making Utopic Draco Future. Yep. Okay. Alright. Kind of tricky. Kind of tricky. Unexpected die is not bad. Unexpected die is not bad. They are going to draw one card. Which, I mean, that's just going to happen. They're going to draw another card. Again, it's just going to happen. So, I'm thinking Utopic Draco Future is kind of hard for us to deal with. I'm not going to lie. I think we have to go for the back row. For the spells and traps with this Lightning Storm. Maxi is fine. We will called by it because we kind of need to special summon a lot. We are going to stop that from happening. Alright. Those spells and traps, or spells right there, were pretty powerful, I must say. We're going to go ahead and unexpected die here. Because this could bait an Ash potentially as well. We're going to get our Andal out. And then they're probably like, what? Gladiator Beasts, haven't seen that in a while. We're going to go ahead and normal summon our Andal. It's tough because Utopic Draco Future kind of stops us. But we kind of do what we got to do, you know what I mean? So we're going to... Yeah, we kind of gotta see how far we can take it. There's not a lot we can do. So we're gonna go into Dragazes. We're gonna go battle. We're gonna swing into Noir. Nothing's gonna happen. And then we're gonna activate Dragazes. Now the good news is, you can negate that, but they're not gonna be able to take control of it. Unfortunately, the bad news is that it doesn't really do anything in that scenario. And we actually kind of just lose. We could have made Test Panther, but they just negate it anyway. And then they take the Test Panther. And we don't really have any follow-up from there. So we're kind of just dead. Yeah, we're dead here. We're dead. GG. GG. All right, game number 3 here. We've seen a Torix in our hand too many times than I'd like to say. But we do have Rescue Rabbit. We do have one Andal. 2 Imperm's not bad as well. So I'm feeling pretty good. This is a higher end hand, I would say. I don't like a Torix being in my hand because it means I can't use its effect. Holy crap. Okay. They just Swords of Revealing Lighted me. Now you would think on the first hand, oh, I'm fucked. I can't attack. Which you might be correct. Crap. Okay. This is fine. We're still gonna Rescue Rabbit here. The one thing is we don't absolutely need the battle phase. We really want it. but we don't need it, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? All right, what we want to do here is we're going to go Link Spider, actually, I think, is the right choice. And then we're going to use the Link Spider effect to get this other Andal out of our hand. Then we are going to link off into... Yeah, we're going to go into a Test Panther using these two. Test Panther is going to allow us to get our comeback would be nice. Gustus is okay. I think we need to get comeback. And then we use the Test Panther effect. We're going to send Andal back. We're going to get Augustus here. Augustus will activate, which is going to allow us to get a Torix onto the field. This will allow a Torix to activate because it was special summoned off of a Gladiator Beast monster. It does not say that it has to be special summoned from the effect that Gladiator Beasts have where they have to survive a battle phase. It just says if this card is special summoned by the effect of a Gladiator Beast monster. So that's why Augustus works here. Off of it, we are going to send a Vespasius. It doesn't super matter at this point. Now we can go into our Tamer editor. We're going to activate our Tamer editor. We're actually going to go Geysers here. Because, as much as I hate to admit it, we do need to get rid of the swords. We're not going to select another card. We're going to link the Tamer editor and the Panther into a cross sheet. We're going to use comeback. We're going to get Tamer editor back. Cross sheep effect, get us another guy. Going to get our Andal. Tamer editor effect. We're going to get our big boss monster, Dom. Like, come, the Dom around here. And then, I think we could actually just go straight for... How much damage is this? I mean, this is game right here. So if you don't have something to stop this, it's over. Does not look like they have much to stop it. No Gorse? Gorse? Anyone? And swing for game. And that's going to be it. That's going to be it. Good stuff. See, we made that work with the hand that we had. So that's a Gladiator Beasts in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. How well does it perform? It's okay. The biggest problem that Gladiator Beasts has in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Is just the fact that it kind of loses to all of the hand traps. This deck summons way more than 5 times. Nibiru kills it. It summons way more than once, so Max C kills it because you're giving your opponent a bunch of draws. And Ash on a Rescue Rabbit hurts a lot unless you have a comeback, and even then that might not be good enough. Imperm can kill the Rescue Rabbit. There's just a lot of things that hurt it. A good call by the grave at the right time to hurt the Darius target can hurt a lot. There's just a lot of things that really can stifle this deck that I think keeps it from being like highly competitive. But as one of my favorite decks of all time historically, I do think it's a lot of fun, and just looping Tamer Editor over and over and over kind of feels like cheating. To be honest, it kind of feels like you're cheating in Yu-Gi-Oh! Even though it's perfectly within the rules, because that's how they designed the card. Tamer Editor is kind of a busted card, and if you really think about it, if it was in any deck that wasn't Gladiator Beast, this thing would be insta-banned, right? But because it's in Gladiator Beast, it's not as, like, egregious. But Tamer Editor is an insane card. Even Heraclinos not being a once per turn for spell and trap negates is amazing, especially in a format with Max C. I just wish that there was some more ways that you could insulate yourself from hand traps, but unfortunately, in the way the deck is right now, that's not really possible. But it's a lot of fun. I would recommend that you try it out, but be warned, it is kind of pricey with some of the URs in here, and with like Rescue Rabbit being a UR, can get a little pricey if you don't have the dust for it. What did you guys think about the video? Make sure you comment down below. Hit subscribe if you like the content. Hit the like button so I know you like the video. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.